Tori's getting the garlic beds worked up nice. I'm gonna help her finish. Today was just one of those days where you don't feel like you did anything. Went and got amendments for this season, and Tori did our taxes, and she moved some seedlings out and all that stuff. So now it feels like the day's over, but we gotta get something actually physically done today. Had to go get all this today because we ran out, and I gotta do some talk thing to a bunch of people, and I haven't even worked on it. So hopefully that goes good. Alright, back from that presentation thing, and Tori's been planting these beds with Sandy. She's a customer that volunteers on Tuesdays. Now she's gonna seed this carrot bed. Where's the lid for that thing?
I don't know. You lost it.
I didn't lose nothing.
It was on it when I
How's it?
had it over there.
Oh.
Did it blow away?
Mm.
He lost it, like I said.
No. Oh my gosh, the line isn't perfectly straight. They're not gonna grow that good.
It is really crooked.
It's fine. Alright, Tori's gonna do that and then cultivate the garlic bed. And I'm gonna amend these beds, which are gonna be onions. So 5 beds. They're all for the honey hog. Mostly, we'll see, probably all of them. But they'll be for onion rings. So we did 2 beds last year. Do 5 or 6 this year. We'll see how it goes. And yeah. All right, the amendments are down. So now time to incorporate them with the BCS. Tori's getting the garlic beds worked up nice. I'm gonna help her finish. This is the Haas wheel hoe. This thing's awesome. I use it for almost everything: cultivating, cropping out beds, just kind of busting up anything that's crusted over. If you're looking to buy a garden tool this season, I'd recommend this one because we use it every day. This is probably my most used tool. This and a Sturapo. There's a link in the description too if you want to check them out on their website. So just use this thing, take out all the weeds in this walkway because I haven't done anything to it since we planted and paid the price for that. Alright, we started to build these beds. Not gonna record anything, it's like constantly windy. It's like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We like tarp things we seeded, put row cover. Super annoying.
Yeah, good thing we filled all those sandbags though.
I know. How'd we go from 20-mile-an-hour winds all day to foggy mornings?
And nothing. I don't know, but that was annoying yesterday.
We got a lot to do today. We better get started. We use the flail mower to like chop down old crop residues like this arugula bed. So we're gonna get some flowers off these for a farm to table dinner and then mow it down and replant it. Alright, that's done. Tori's harvesting these flower stalks off the collards.
They're called rapini. I guess you saute them, garlic, olive oil, salt and pepper. Super good. They're good raw too.
So this is the honey hogs collards really more than anything else. And we're gonna harvest a bunch of these, take like 200 or 300 pounds to the restaurant and then process them and freeze them so we can still serve local collard greens in the warmer months of the year. These to the market on Saturday. Okay, time to amend the beds in that plot that I had just built. Here's the wheelbarrow full of them. That's for 2 beds. Got the band here to cover my nose so I don't breathe it in. It's kind of windy, so not that it will harm you. It's just not good to breathe in small particulate like that. This is to balance the chemistry before you get into the biological side of it. Alright, got these first 2 beds. Stuff on top. I just put the wheelbarrow in the middle, go down, shovel it, put 2 beds worth in there, and work down, and then work back, and then go refill it. So you might be wondering what these amendments are and why. So there's a lime, there's a phosphorus, there's azomite for micronutrients, there's a nitrogen based. You know, it's all organic. Most of it is side products of like chicken houses or mining projects. I know there's a lot of stuff out there now about just putting down wood chips and stuff, and that's fine if you want to do it. I think this stuff matters. I've been working with plants for 15 years, especially as an arborist. Like, they do soil tests, and that stuff matters. It's a little more than putting wood chips on to fix some issues. Like, we have no phosphorus, basically. We have a low CEC, low cation exchange capacity. It's low in nitrogen, it's low in calcium. So like the micronutrients are, it's just a worn out southeast soil. A lot of things made for vegetables are coming out of the northeast. So this is what we're doing. This is what makes sense. This is what has already worked for everything that we do. And there's really no downside in it. It's not that expensive. And once you balance the chemistry, then you can like actually, you know, add worms, put in EM1, these other things that will help build up the biological side of it, but your phosphorus will actually be there instead of relying on a manure, which, if however far you get into food safety, is questionable. And so it just makes sense to me. That's why we do it. And if we want to have the conversation about nutrient dense and things like that, it is about living soils. It's also about having the nutrients in it that the plants need, because it's the same thing that you need. All right, Tori's back from the gym, and she's gonna start moving compost. We're gonna try and bust this out because we need this to be ready to plant pretty soon. Yeah, that's my little spiel on the soil and things like that. Unfortunately, it's a little bit harder than like just adding some worms. But this is nature, guys. This is cool. Like, there's no end in learning about it. It's amazing. So the more you know, the more you don't know. Booger, wake up. Get up. Can you believe that? Laziest dog ever. I bet her owners are millennials. eat dinner, and then come back out and work some more. Plant some onions, probably finish that plot, and keep going. Pulling the night shift here, and got a bed of onions planted. So that's 800 onions per bed. We have the other ones to do yet. So, and then tomorrow is harvest day. There's so many things to do, and then we're going to that farm to table dinner that we're taking produce to. Yeah, so much stuff. So we're trying to team up and get all this compost on that plot we worked on earlier so we can finish it.
He's just making me do all the work.
Whatever.
I'm just kidding.
You coached a CrossFit class and then stayed and worked out on purpose. Alright, got all the compost down. Tori's raking. I'm gonna get the BCS, take a rake over there, help her rake, and then BCS the beds.
What?
You gonna get eggs? Yeah. Oh, so dark. Always have a headlamp around. Battery's about to die. We did get those beds finished last night. So it turns out all my batteries are dead. Go figure. Lesson learned. These purple carrots are awesome. So those purple carrots, I seeded those. That's this bed here. Seeded those at the end of fall actually, and they grew over the winter under row cover. What's up, George? So we had an event this Sunday, and then another dinner event later this month, but they just canceled both of those for the coronavirus. So hopefully they reschedule that. Hopefully the virus stuff calms down. We'll see. It kind of sucks for us, but in reality it's probably the right thing to do. These radishes look like candy.
Yeah, I do.
Or beets. It's Friday and I just got done delivering. Tori cut microgreens, did some cultivating, moved the seedlings out, some other stuff. So now I gotta finish washing everything for the market. Hopefully it doesn't close due to the virus. We'll see. Busy day. Dinner time. It was a good Friday though.
Yeah, we got a lot done.
Yeah, a lot of people came too for the farm pickups.
Yeah.
So every Friday we try and grill. And we cook dinner together pretty much every day, but we got our salad, the first of the asparagus that popped up here, and then this burger with some microgreens on it.
Our spinach.
Yeah, our spinach out here, and I don't remember who the beef's from, but we trade veggies for beef or beef bones or meat in general at the market all the time.
Or milk, or soap, or baked goods. We do a lot of trades at the market.
Yeah, that's good. So we let Addie lick the plate a lot and try and trick her into eating some greens, but
Around them.
yeah, she'll eat everything but the greens. It's hilarious. Come on, dude. Okay, we got all the onions in. So 5 beds, that's like 4,000 onions or so. Just kind of getting tired of planting them. But yeah, these will be onion rings, so pretty cool. Alright guys, so I'm going to try something a little different here. Try and bring more value and answer the questions in the comments that are hard to like answer in typing. And so I got these questions from the comments, and my thought is I'll just read them here. See if yours gets answered or whatever. I'm sure if one person asks a question, somebody else is thinking the same thing. So at the end of each vlog, I'm going to go through comments from the last vlog and answer them. So Linda Coffee wants to know when Tori teaches CrossFit. It changes every week. That's the reality of it. I think Nicole Olivier wants to know how much time we spend working or whatever. We spend a lot of time working, but we want to do it. And then you also got to realize this is a sacrifice to start a business, and even more having it be a farm business. So you put a lot of effort in, but I mean, that's how it is for everything. If I was concerned about how many hours I worked a week, I would go get a job that's only a set number of hours. We're also in the beginning of it, so it's going to take a while to find our market, our rhythm, our groove, you know, all that stuff. Have we done hydroponics? No, I'm not a fan of hydroponics like at all. I enjoy the soil. There's a ton of unused land around the entire world that is more realistic than hydroponics in my opinion. I'm not saying it's stupid and shouldn't be around, it has its place, but for me personally, I prefer the soil and being outside. Where can I get those rings and covers you use for your beds? I assume that's the wire hoops and the row covers, and that's from Johnny's, this place. Johnny's Select Seeds. Did you get your back pain figured out? Yeah, if anyone's wondering. It's a birth defect in my spine right here. It was causing nerve damage. I have arthritis already. I'm going to the chiropractor once a month now, and it's really not that bad. I know it's there, so I act accordingly. Bulldog Catone wants to know what state we're in. North Carolina, Western North Carolina. Kyle, if I may ask, can you discuss onboarding a new chef or restaurant customer? Are you soliciting them? Do they reach out to you? If you could give details on these interactions, that'd be great. So, starting out, most of it was through Instagram and social media. And then as you work with one chef and that relationship grows, as you develop that relationship, you'll then meet other chefs who know other chefs that are interested in buying your products. And then if there's a place that you hear about that you know would buy local, or if they ever say that they have local stuff, take them samples. You know, take them samples and tell them, like, we grow all year, so that's a big thing for restaurants. Say, hey guys, this is our salad, or this is our carrots, this is the arugula, this is the turnips, this is the radishes, stuff we grow all year. And then even just drop by randomly if you sell them. Let's say you sell them only salad, drop by with tomatoes and cucumbers one time, just give them a sample. And then sometimes you could sell it saying you could do a special with these, or what the Honey Hog does with a lot of stuff is they'll do $1 extra for local, and then that works out for a lot of stuff. Tips on planting and growing carrots. The chicken wire gets slow and spotty germination. So seed your carrots, don't seed them deep, water them super heavy, and then cover it with a silage tarp or a row cover to hold the moisture. Make sure the seeds stay moist, and be patient. Carrots are really finicky like that, but well worth the extra effort, and works out pretty good. But when you do that, you get it to germinate pretty good, but you also get it to germinate faster. So I check it like every day, see if there's some germinating, and then when they do start germinating, pull the tarp off or the row cover and then water them, and make sure they have water initially when they start germinating to start developing their taproot. So you can, like, depending on your setup, water them heavy so that you have a lot of moisture that comes in the soil and then drains down in your soil, and the carrot will then chase the water with its root, and you'll develop that taproot, and then it will find water there down in the soil, most likely, that it can start to grow off of, instead of you having to baby it all the time. Why are you using Comfrey, and what kind? It's Bocking 14. Using it mostly as a landscape plant or ground cover. Comfort is a biodynamic accumulator. There's also medicinal qualities in it. It's good for the bumblebees, hummingbirds. It's easy to grow. It's easy to propagate. Yeah. Alright, so those are the questions that I saw. If you have some, ask them. And yeah, guys, with the coronavirus and stuff, it's pretty serious. Who knows what's going to happen. But growing your own food is a good way to be proactive and rely on yourself if you can. So any questions regarding that, we're sure we've heard enough about that, and nothing else really needs to be said. But I'll try and answer as much stuff as I can about that, because the more we can take care of ourselves and be personally responsible for us, our neighbors, our family, our friends, the better off we're going to be. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. I swear, man, every time I mess this up.